know what to do. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Andrea Stevens.
And I'm Jeanette Mejias, and we are Web's Women.
Where exposure brings strength. I was not ready for the record button to pop
Yes, I
up,
could see that.
but hey, it's real and raw up in here. But yeah, I was totally not ready.
It's okay.
Oh, you
You
know
don't have
why
to
I'm
be
so
ready. You don't have to
tired?
be on all the time. It's
Right.
all good.
Well,
So,
I am
what's
usually
going on?
off. I'm off more than I'm on. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, isn't
Uh,
everybody these
all
days?
right, right, off our game. Off my
Yeah.
game. But hey,
Well, it's good to see you. Hello.
hi, it's been a minute. A
It's been
minute.
a minute. We're
Mm-mm.
already into the just about the middle of May. So, this is our
Yeah.
first recording in the month of May. So
Hmm.
welcome, May.
Yeah. Welcome,
So what
May.
have you been up to? A lot of things have are behind us already.
Hmm.
Mother's Day just passed, Cinco de Mayo just passed,
No, yeah, everything passed. I
everything just
know.
passed.
Yeah, I had a
So
fun Cinco de Mayo. Um,
good.
yeah, I had a fun Cinco de Mayo. Had margaritas, a couple margaritas.
Very
Um,
nice.
yeah, I celebrated in Arizona for years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then um I would go and have maybe Mexican food or a margarita on Cinco de Mayo in the other states I lived outside of Arizona. But
Yeah.
here, every Mexican restaurant here is closed on Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
There's some establishments that usually are not open on Sundays.
some, but all the
Yeah.
Mexican restaurants are closed here on Sundays. So one of them was
Interesting.
open, one of them opened, but they're not normally open. Um,
Mm.
around here. So yeah, which is odd. So it was like I never had asked this question when I lived in Arizona, but I had to like post it and ask because who knew? Because even
Mm.
online said closed when I
Mm.
searched the day before. So I was like, well, this is not good. Like
Yeah.
I'm not used to this, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, anyway, found a place, and that's the first time I haven't had Mexican food in this town since I moved here 2 years ago. Believe it or
Oh,
not.
wow.
I did in
Wow.
Arizona when I was there,
Okay.
but not here as I moved back
Yeah.
here. So it was good. It was excellent. I'm glad we went. I'll go
Yeah.
back. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, but yeah. And then Mother's Day came around last week and
Yep.
a little,
Yep.
yeah, a little rough for me, but it was okay. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. I mean, mine was quiet. Um, and quiet is good, at
Yes.
least for me, it is.
Yeah.
Um, Cinco de Mayo, actually, we went over a friend's house. They're actually just sold their home a couple of weeks ago. They are going to be having a new residence in North Carolina.
Mm,
So kind of did
nice.
our farewells.
Yeah.
And our boys, kind of grew up together since kindergarten. So wanted to
Mm,
make sure we got them together.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, we're in the middle of the month now. And,
Yeah.
May, there's so many things in the month of May, but, for me, it's all about mental health awareness month in May.
Yeah.
And, I think right now I've been very aware of how I am arriving and what is contributing to my anxiety and when I need to take a break because I'm constantly lately have just been nonstop on the go.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't even know. There was a time that I can operate that way and it was like nothing, but I cannot operate in that fashion. I'm just, as I'm aging and, it's just, it doesn't work for me. I need to
Yeah.
have eight
Yeah.
hours of sleep. I need to be
Yeah.
rested. Or I'm just like not on my game. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, I have to tell you a funny story. I went into the city today. I went to a leadership conference and,
Hmm.
I mean, I'm only an hour from the city.
Hmm.
And, And of course, it's like shitty weather out here in Jersey. Freaking raining for
Ugh.
11 weekends now.
You took
11
did
weeks
you
in a
take the
row.
train in or did you
No,
drive?
I refuse. I refuse. I drove, right?
Mm-mm.
So I'm driving and I'm already like, gosh, I'm already in my mind like, why did I even drive here? I was better off just getting an Uber. It would have been
Yeah.
cheaper just for my own, just
Yeah.
sanity.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, the GPS decides to give a message and say something like, "You're you are now." Wait, I wish I would have screenshot it, but populated a message that you are now, there's further delays and you are not on track, basically. So it just
Mm.
caused me more anxiety
Oh,
to
yeah.
tell me
Yeah.
that this heavy traffic,
Yeah.
it's just added so much more into my commute. Like you're that much
Yeah.
later now. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God. I was
Did
like,
you
oh
ever drive a
no.
car that told you you needed coffee? Mine did.
Yes, mine
It
does
co-
that. Yeah.
Mine doesn't do that. But a car, somebody's that I drove was like, you need coffee or something,
Yeah,
whatever.
mine
I was
says
like,
you need
what?
you need to consider a coffee break is what it says to me.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
And the only reason my my and I didn't take the talking intelligent car to the city. I took the non-intelligent car. But my intelligent car will say I should consider taking a coffee break. Um, Usually, like if I'm on a lot of bumpy roads and the car kind of shifts a little bit,
Yeah.
it assumes I'm kind of nodding off, and it's kind of
Right.
like
Yeah.
preventative. And let
Right.
me tell you, I mean, I appreciate that, but it's very comical when it does populate. I'm
I
like,
drove,
okay,
it was my girlfriend's car I drove. We went to Pennsylvania. So we were gone for like I don't know, it was a 4 hour drive there and 4 hour drive.
okay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was driving and I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's
Why is it telling me
comical.
I need coffee? She's like, oh yeah,
Uh,
it does that. I was like, well, it's stupid because I already drank 4 cups.
Oh God. I didn't have any coffee today, and boy, do
Oh,
I feel it.
yeah.
So
You can tell. I know.
yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness. But anyhow,
But no. Yeah. So the mental health awareness month,
yeah.
definitely that is um yeah, that is something that I think is super important and something to discuss really
Yeah, I
because
mean, listen, I know May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and you have to be more cognizant and conscious. But quite frankly, that awareness should be in it every day. Does it,
right. Absolutely. Yeah. But I think
365
it draws
days.
attention. The
Yeah.
month of May draws attention
Well,
to
yeah.
the statistics, right?
Yeah.
To what's happening around you. You know what I mean? It draws more
Yeah.
attention. It's
And
more in your face.
yeah. And I have to tell you, full disclosure, I never really suffer from anxiety ever. I don't think
Mhm.
ever. And there's no question that that anxiety has arrived in my life. And
Mhm.
the folks will equate it, well, of course, you've got all this going on, being a caregiver to your mom and, all the dynamics. Um, but it's like I think it's beyond that. I just find that everything has heightened a lot. It's become more just in
Mhm.
general life.
Mhm.
And my reactions, um, I am more reactive now than I ever have been. Usually I'm like, I just need to just take a step back. And thankfully, I still have those self-guided discussions with myself,
Mhm.
but I can completely understand for folks who don't have, those coping skills in place, how you can
Mhm.
really lose sight of yourself and
Yeah.
fall
Oh yeah.
down a really like, you know, not a good place because you can
Yeah.
easily just get lost, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And
And
so
it's hard. I mean, I know that, yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's hard for people. And it's hard for people sometimes to be who are alone, right?
yeah.
And and I mean, I think I'm a rare breed, I would say, because for me, I like
You
to be.
are very rare.
I know. Thank
You're
you.
one of a
I will,
kind,
I will,
Andrea.
I will take that to
You
my
are one of a
grave. That's
kind,
me.
girl.
And I do know that. A little strange, but no, but really, I feel like for me, for me to focus and for me to find my peace, I need to be alone. I go into this shell and I like to be by myself. I like it quiet. I don't want anything interrupting,
Yeah,
and I'll go down this rabbit hole and I'll just be by myself for months, you know,
yeah,
and be fine, and I may see
yeah,
one of my friends here or there, but typically I don't even see my friends for weeks and
yeah.
weeks because I need to focus and
Mm-hmm.
I need to like just be in my own stuff
Yeah,
without drawing everyone into it so that I can get through it quicker,
yeah.
with and process everything. And I do that on
Mm-hmm.
my own, but there's a lot of people that can't do that. They have a
No,
hard time
they don't
doing
know
it.
how.
So,
They don't know how. Yeah.
or they don't want to because they don't want to really address all of the problems or the sadness or the anger or whatever the emotion is. So they'll kind of just keep themselves out in the world with all the commotion and try to keep it all inside. And in the end,
Mm.
that's where you'll have your breakdown, because you're
Oh
holding
yeah,
it all in.
yeah.
Some people are out, drinking, they're out drinking, they're having a good time, they're never coming home because they'll stay up all night, they'll do whatever they got to do because they do not want to be in their own space in the quiet by themselves because they know it's not good for them. But in the end, when they don't process all those feelings, right? And you hold all that in and you spend however long you spend in the zone of keeping on, right?
Mm.
Eventually that all adds up. What's going on in your head and your heart, it all adds up.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
eventually you're going to have a breakdown.
yeah. You have
And I don't
to.
mean a mental breakdown there. I don't mean like a mental breakdown um completely. You know what I mean? I mean like eventually you're going to have to address those issues. Are you laughing?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh because this is not a
I
laughing.
This is
It's
not a
not.
laughing matter.
It's not a
But
laughing matter. I don't want people to think that I'm going crazy and I'm laughing for no reason. But full disclosure for those who are listening, Andrew's talking and making these funny ass faces,
and I'm pointing outside because
pointing
this raccoon
because she can't, stop and dead in her tracks. And I'm just like, oh God, please.
okay, this raccoon, I'll just tell everybody while we're here. This
Oh God.
raccoon, I scared the raccoon. It ran through this doggy door in my outside detached garage. It ran through head first and slammed through the door, which it's nailed. So I don't know how it got in there, but it
Oh
went
God.
through the door and it made a huge loud noise before we started recording. And I thought, should I go out there in the dark after this is over? And should I try to get it out? So I did not. I mean, I was going to pause and wait, but while I'm talking right now, I'm pointing at the back because I can see that big ass raccoon. It's looking at me in the window. It's the size of my small dog Maya that I had.
They
It's
are
easily,
disgusting.
it may be bigger than Maya, my little dog I
I
had.
do not even want to
And
even
it
talk
looks at,
about a raccoon.
listen, it's looking in my back sliding glass window. Right now, it
Mm,
is looking at me. That little
nasty.
bastard. Get out of my garage. Anyway, it
I
came out.
should
I
I
gotta go.
should
Look it. It's gonna go back in. You mother.
I should mail you my fur hat made out of raccoon.
Mail him to me? You have
It's
fur
a hat.
hats? Do
Yeah, I
you
have a
wear
fur
it?
hat. I want it. I have to tell you, I first of all, it's very warm. Second of all, I wore this. It's very fabulous, by the way. My friend, she actually um she has a fur store up north,
Oh,
Alea Furs.
yeah.
And I purchased this hat many years back. I wore it out, and I swear to you, because we had some raccoon issues around my neighborhood. I probably wore that fur because it was raccoon all around.
My
I've never seen a
gosh.
raccoon since.
Well, send that shit over to me,
I'm
and then I'm
like,
gonna
you
I'm
know
gonna put
what?
it in the
I'll
garage and
teach
be like,
you.
look at you little
You
mother
keep it up.
effers.
You're gonna be a hat.
Yeah.
You're gonna skin you.
Oh no,
And,
it's about to be a hat
yeah.
in about 45 minutes.
Oh God.
Yeah. Listen, I had one in there last year and it had babies and it was a mess. There was poop
Oh,
everywhere.
my
Like it was
neighbor
terrible.
had
I
that.
had to throw so much stuff away that was
Yeah.
in there from my storage. I'm gonna have to go out here and cause a commotion
They don't get
after we're
scared.
done recording.
They don't get scared.
If I have a bat and I hit that thing, it's gonna get scared. Oh my gosh, now everybody thinks I'm
Oh, you hear
cruel to
that?
animals. Here comes the
Yeah,
cruel to
hear that?
animals. Listen, it comes up to
We're
my
gonna
window to
have
my dog.
we're gonna have people want to disband our podcast
Oh.
because I'm talking about skinning raccoons. It's big fur hats.
I'm
You
on
want to
the
beat
in the
them up with a
farm.
bat?
Listen,
Okay.
I'm in farm country, and those little bastards cause commotion
Oh my
with
God, I
the
can't.
animals, with all of my animals. Like,
Oh my goodness.
you know what? I think there's two because one walked away, and there's one by the. I think there's a family going on here. I think I got a big problem.
Oh Lord. It sounds like you do have a
I have a
problem.
big problem, people. It's Mental Health
Yes.
Awareness Month, and those raccoons are going to drive me batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They already are. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. There's another one. Oh my gosh, that one's big. I gotta
Well, you
go,
better,
everybody. I
yeah,
gotta go, everybody. We gotta
you've
cut
got
this short.
you've got some raccoon slaying to
Babies
do.
on its back. There's babies on its back.
Go
There's a
take
big hump.
pictures.
I can't. I'm on the podcast. We gotta hang up.
No, we're gonna close the podcast. We have a raccoon emergency because Andrew's losing her mind.
This is insane right now that this is
But
going on
I
while
don't
we're
want to joke
recording.
about losing minds because it's not a funny matter.
It's not.
But anyhow, we will come back next week, continue the conversation. Thank you everybody for tuning
Oh,
in. Remember, you're listening to Web's Women.
where exposure brings strength.